2014. I didn't know God was gonna do it that quick, but I knew He would have did it that quick. January 28th, 2014 is my clean day. Just to go back a little bit, when I graduated from high school, I thought it was going to be this, me going to college, me getting married, and just living this gorgeous life. And somewhere I felt myself, and I decided to use drugs. And at the time, I had a boyfriend at the time that was using drugs, and a little peer pressure there. I decided to use it, but a little peer pressure there from the guy that I was going with, and eventually started using drugs, eventually started hanging out in the streets, living on the streets, criminal activity, and drinking. So I made that my permanent lifestyle. I didn't care about anything else. That just was my lifestyle. And once I got entangled in it, years of entanglement, years of trying to get right and going back out and get right and going back out, I decided, like, hey, I tried. I couldn't stay the course. I'm back in the streets. I just never knew that I would overcome it.
We all have had trials and tribulations. It's when you fall, but get up and keep going when it calls for a celebration. This is a documentary that shows positive thinking can help maintain the toughest situations.
I feel like I'm spiritually fit to come back and help others. Now, I ain't gonna go in a dope house or nothing like that, y'all, but
According to the Mayo Clinic, stress is reduced by positive thinking. They also state that self-talk is the endless stream of unspoken thoughts.
When I played outside, right in front of that brick red house, downstairs, you see them brown doors?
Yeah.
Actually, that middle brown door is where I had a chair sitting out there and I prayed. Yeah. 2014. Bringing in 2014.
I believe that our life is just a reflection of what we believe about ourselves. I've been working in the mental health field since 2006 and working with substance abuse. And for 3 of those years, I was working with adults. And the rest of the years, I was working with teens and adolescents. And one of the things that I've saw across the board with my teens and my adults is recovery starts in the mind. It's about a thought process. If you don't believe that you can do it in your mind, then it won't happen. I firmly believe that everything in every action that we do.
If you believe in yourself, then you can overcome and you can conquer anything. But in all fairness, a higher power is a source too. But you got to believe in yourself. He can lead and guide and direct you, but believe in yourself to overcome those addictions.
So if we can change the way you think, we can change your behavior. So a lot of times when the kids come to the clubhouse, we're actually doing a lot of activities to help them to question. So for example, I have a young lady that she's on probation with juvenile court. Right now she's in foster care because of some decisions that she made to re-offend. And she uses marijuana a lot. And so one thing that I often tell her is, first you have to change your environment, but in order to change your environment, you also have to change the way you think about your environment. So if you can change the way you think about your environment and realize that, you know what, some of the people that I hang out with are not good influences. Some of the conversations that I'm having sometimes serves as triggers to me wanting to use. So when I begin to kind of help her walk through that process of changing the way she thinks, changing the way she makes decisions, a lot of times she's noticed that she has found herself in a better situation because of the way she has kind of processed through.
I believe in the power of positive thinking to overcome drug addiction because a lot of people turn. I ask kids all the time, why do people use drugs? And the top 3 reasons they tell me is because people are trying to feel good or they're trying not to feel bad. and because of peer pressure. And so if we can harness the power of positive thinking to make ourselves feel good, or to make ourselves not feel as bad naturally, and that's what I tell the kids, that we have the natural ability to do all these things, but that drugs hijack our brain to make us feel a certain way. And we don't want that because it's not real. We want to harness that from our natural ability. And so I believe that teaching positive coping skills and positive thinking and mindfulness is so important to overcoming addiction and preventing addiction before it even occurs.
To find out that you are an addict, it's hard at first because you don't realize you are. You just think you're crazy, or your symptoms of the disease that cause you to do things. When you let a mood or mind altering substance control your life, when you get up in the morning you use, when you go to work you use, when you go to bed you use, and you use constantly and spend all your hard-earned money using. Your only priority is using. Everything else is secondary. That means hygiene, health, work, relationships, all that is on the back burner. Because the only thing on your mind at that time is using. Once I found a program that helped save my life, it got me a life, my life has become better. So what I do today, I help others today. Because when I got clean, they say we give back what was freely given to us, and that's what I do today. I help others today. I do meetings all over Savannah. I go to the jail, I go to Salvation Army, I go to recovery place, I go to men's and women's reds. I help other recovered addicts try to find a life today. See, active addiction is a change. You must change not your people, playmates, playground, to play things, but you also have to change your attitude, behavior, and your thinking. I don't think like I used to think when I was in active addiction. I'm a recovering addict, but I think about helping others today. Doing the right thing for the right reason, whether everybody's around or when nobody's around.
Kia's joy reminds me that any one of us can overcome any obstacle in our life with faith and the will to believe. We should all let Kia and Eric inspire us to push through and believe we can make it if we try. In Kia's words, let's rise above our trauma.